right, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is now. Yes, it is time for the semifinal match between Panthera and the Night's Watch. I'm having so many problems with words today; it's not even funny anymore. I'm sure it's amusing for people, but it's annoying.
Well, Panthera won every single week of the European Challenger Cup so far. If they win this one, I believe they will finish top 4 guaranteed. I believe you said earlier. You did the math, right?
I believe so. It's either top 4, there might be 6th today, depending if Ace's club or those guys. Nevertheless, they are going to be guaranteed a spot in the qualifiers going forward, guys, unless they throw in a towel, forfeit outright, get no points today, and don't show up at all in the ensuing weeks, which I don't see that really happening. So.
Oh, they could do. Rafa might not get out of bed in time. That could happen.
Yeah.
Panthera, Anher, and Athena are going to be their bands, and it's over to Night's Watch, who've banned Sylvanus and Thor. So, what's available? Basta is on the table, so is Serqet, though. And talking about Serqet, she gets locked in.
We saw her played a lot last weekend, or the week before. We saw her played a previous weekend quite a bit. And aside from one or two blunders where she may have accidentally last breathed herself under the enemy tower, it was working out pretty well. At this level of play, she is going to work. It's not a simple case of like, oh, we ban her for league player, just because, well, they might be good at Serqet, so we have to make sure we ban her. Serqet is going to be, adapting is going to most likely be on Serqet. It's going to work. They have to find a way to deal with her and shut her down. And with some quick picks coming in, they're going for Thanatos to answer in the jungle, as well as Poseidon.
Thanatos pick up again. We saw this out as Ender last week. It didn't work as well as it once did, though, is the issue. I mean, they seem to struggle with it last week. They didn't manage to find anything with it. We have seen in the Pro League win at the weekend, though, for the first time over in North America. But Serqet, like I said, locked in. Xbalanque being hovered over right now by Panthera, as well as Agni. So Agni versus Poseidon, pretty much a farm lane for the most part. They both have kill potential on each other, though, so it's pretty much a 50-50 matchup. And it's back over to Night's Watch for what they're going to choose.
And with the Xbalanque locked in, with one pick left available, can we really be too surprised that Cupid just got picked up again from OX? Not really. But
no, it's not surprising to see him on it. He keeps going for it all the time now. He's quite comfortable on this Cupid.
He plays it pretty well, too, which doesn't hurt things. But counterbanning phase has started. It's going to be tier banned out by the Night's Watch. Panthera have to decide what they want to shut down. There's still some supports available. No supports haven't picked up. They are going to remove Geb from the table, taking one more off. So the three main, the main go-to supports are now all removed from this game. It's going to come down to the Bacchuses, the Ares, maybe even, I can't think of any other supports at the moment. Go for a warrior support, maybe a Hercules, maybe an Odin potentially, although we really don't see too many warrior supports these days.
Well, you do know again with the odd Hercules, that's about it though. But Bacchus being hovered over again by the Night's Watch. Not a surprise to see him going for that one. He seems quite comfortable on that. He seems to enjoy that. And the combo with Cupid can be very, very nice with the setup for belly flop into drunkenness into, oh my god, I'm stuck in Fields of Love. So the boys of Night's Watch have a pretty good composition here on paper so far. So it'll be interesting to see what they take for the solo lane. Panthera, though, very strong in their own right. They're going to have to go for the double pick here. So they've been looking for their support, which will be played, like you said, by Rafa, and Rafa does like the warrior supports for the most part.
Yeah. Let's see what it looks. Oh, yeah, yes, please. Yes. Was it Panthera who did the Wombo combo Zeus Odin a couple weeks back?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was.
No, I'm sad.
It's not really going to happen, though.
It's glorious to watch.
Agni's already been locked in, so Agni's probably going to be in the mid lane here. They've already got Xbalanque, so it would have been Zeus solo, if anything. But right now, it looks like they've locked in Loki for solo for the boy Ninja Dimmy, who's Loki has given himself the MVP before in the past. And Rafa's going to lock in that Ares as well as the last pick. Ares is actually very good against Bacchus because of the fact that he can't belly flop away from chains.
Yeah, and the final pick of the game for Night's Watch is going to be locking in the Aphrodite for NQ. So NQ feeling those healers tonight, to say the least. Did well in Hell last game, going up against what will likely be Loki being played by Ninja Dimmy. It'll be an interesting matchup. Aphrodite will be fairly safe early on. Her wave clear will be a little bit better, but once that decoy starts being able to just one-shot those waves of minions, Aphrodite is pretty much going to be forced back to her tower the entire game, and Loki can potentially look for a pick. She's pretty immobile. If she moves away from her tower, that's just going to be the green light, go, Ninja Dimmy, please kill me sign going up in the air.
It's kind of a difficult matchup, honestly. I think Afro's going to have the wave clear. During the early stages, Afro struggles with wave clear, but so does Loki. The sustain from Afro is going to be good enough to keep her sustained in the lane. Plus, her auto attacks and doves are going to be enough to clear the wave a little bit quicker than a Loki would. Loki might take some poke if he tries to come in too early. So Afro will have the lane clear for the most part. I expect to see pretty much a safe lane there, honestly, unless Zindan on that Thanatos and obviously Serqet on play by adapting, they get involved in that lane. Now, Serqet very good against Aphrodite, reduces healing to 0 with that last breath, so keep an eye on that one because you can try and take him out. The one thing that Aphrodite's got going for her is the link up with Thanatos can provide a lot of damage together, gives Thanatos mobility as well as the, obviously gets penetration already included in his kit, is the reason that he's a little bit stronger in the jungle now. We'll see how this one plays out though, because at the moment I think mid lane's going to go pretty much even. Afro versus Loki should be pretty even in all fairness, because I don't think either of them are going to have kill potential on the other. Maybe Loki with a slight edge over Aphrodite. Ares and Xbalanque versus Bacchus and Cupid. Xbalanque and Ares definitely, I feel, have the wave clear potential and a little bit more kill potential, I'd say, over the Cupid and Bacchus, but that can go either way.
Yeah. So it's pretty much going to be the battle of the junglers in this one. Thanatos, the god who has not had the best track record as far as victories go, going up against Serqet, who we really don't get to see because she is frequently banned. The anti-ghost timer, guys, is still ticking down, so we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick little break. Let that one finish up, and we'll be in the game in just a few minutes. Stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back in just a few. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the semifinal matchup. Panthera facing off against the Night's Watch in this particular game. This should be a pretty good one. Both these teams have been doing quite well so far. We have the first seed against the fourth seed, I think, question mark Hindu. Maybe you can...
Yes, it is against the 4th seed. You are correct. Good job. Math is good. You are on point with what you need to do. Nothing unusual in terms of builds right now. The only thing I would say is that maybe this is a really rough one for Bacchus, honestly, because he wants Watcher's Gift to be able to sustain a mana, but he's up against an Ares. And against Ares, you probably want to go Mark of the Vanguard, in fairness.
Yeah.
And so he may struggle a little bit if he gets poked early. But if he can survive and play very safe in the laning phase, it means they will definitely give up lane push here. But if he survives in the laning phase, he'll profit probably more if he doesn't see any early first blood come out onto that lane.
Yeah, adapting, going for a little stroll through the jungle, able to juke out all those abilities, was kind of forced to put a point to the Deathbane. Typically what she'll want to go for her first ability anyway. It's it's an escape combined with damage, so it works out pretty well in that regard. But that does mean a ward placed down in the speed buff camp of Night's Watch.
Rank 1 beads picked up by NQ at the start of this game with boots, 1 mana potion, 1 ward. I guess he's worried about getting taunted by the Serqet early on. Yeah, if he gets hit by the Cobra Kiss, it could cause a few problems, but I don't think it'd be enough to like end his life. I don't feel like anyway. But maybe maybe that's what he's worried about. He's just going to make sure he doesn't get full comboed right at the start of the game, which is the weakness for Afro. Is the first couple of levels until she gets some abilities going.
Let's see how that goes. These gods are about to arrive in lane over the mid lane. Nothing really gained or lost yet. Wave clear coming down. Amelito has to be very careful trying to use that Path of Flames early to clear. He's going to be forced to use it back towards his tower. He's going to lose 1 or 2 minions worth of gold to the tower. But you're right, he really can't wave clear properly if he tries to drop it out to wave clear when the lane is neutral. Lane is neutral. Actually, Wolf of the Street left side caught out. Yemen getting first blood. You talked about that Ares, that cripple coming in. And yeah.
I did. And that's exactly what's going to happen. This is the problem with the Bacchus versus Ares matchup, especially if you go Watcher's Gift. You want the Watcher's Gift. I can understand the Yellow Street going for that because he wants it for the mana regen that you need on Bacchus. But in doing so, if you get poked by Ares, you're going to have a bad time. And eating that chain, they're going to lose back harpies on the left, as well as the rotation from adapting was very, very quick over here. There's not a whole lot Carino can do against that one. And now Panthera found themselves with first blood. But the good news is Night's Watch doing the same thing in response on the right-hand side. And we're going to see NQ come over here with him as well to soak more experience, which will help NQ out in the solo lane. But pressure is on from Panthera. Keep an eye on the duo lane. That's where the action's going to be.
I think I'll look immediately for another chain. The Shackle, fortunately for Mox, will miss. Actually, no, that was the second one. The Shackle was good. Finally wearing off. The Flutter will get him back into the tower. We took a lot of damage. That last Heart Bomb is going to be a decent chunk of his mana. He's sitting almost empty right now. He's being forced to use those abilities non-stop to clear, and Wolf of Ushi, between dying once already and having to be very careful, can't really look to assist with the wave clear right now.
Well, right-hand back harpies were taken as well by Panthera, so Zinder in the jungle has left lane at level 4. He'll be able to soak some experience in the mid lane now. Should bring him up closer towards level 5. So he's not too far behind now because he saw those back harpies. He's going to be like one camp behind pretty much. It's not a monstrous differential right now. But he's probably going to be having to help out this duo lane sooner rather than later. Keep an eye on those death from aboves heading towards that Xbalanque combo. As otherwise they may start running away with that lane.
They are almost level 5 as well in the dual lane. They're almost 2 levels ahead, and once that hits, the No Escape is going to put on a world of hurt for those guys. The Fields of Blood is going to be behind, the Intoxic's going to be quite far behind, and they have nothing to remove that crowd control right now. So if they get caught by No Escape, they're probably going to end up dead.
Yeah, more than likely. That's why they're going to be very careful. They're going to be able to rotate into the jungle right now.
Over in the solo lane, NQ does eat and assassinate. Undying Love used immediately to try and stay alive, but Zinder is here to help him out. Ninja Dimmy ends up paying for it. Junglers, unfortunately for him, in the area. NQ will survive that over burst regression. Although if Zinder hadn't been there, NQ may have fallen instead.
He may have done, but Zinder, with Dimmy going down there, Zinder's also on cooldown. They might lose both these camps. They're cracking in mid lane. They want to Melito. He's stuck in the whirlpool. Carino turns that one around, and Night's Watch take the kill lead. Experience and Goldo still in Panthera's favour ever so slightly, but probably not for much longer. As the turnaround for Night's Watch, they're in a bit of control in this game now. It's only duo lane that's struggling.
Yeah, everyone else is doing pretty well. I mean, level 5 came and went in the dual lane. Moex has the Fields of Love. Wolffield still a little behind because he did die. They didn't have that opportunity to look for that double kill potentially with that No Escape, and actually Yemen is spot trouble. That Fields of Love dropped down. Dark from Knight's coming out, but Heart Bomb is attached. Will it be enough damage? Not quite. Yemen will survive, but he's going to lose some gold to the tower. They spent a lot, but they got answered straight back by the Darkest of Nights, and right now, Yemen does have to be careful. He's pretty much out of mana and very low in health. He's going to go back to base, but he does not currently have enough gold. Or he does, excuse me. He has enough gold for that Devour's Golem, so not the worst situation in the world for him.
Yeah, not the worst situation in the world. I mean, he's going to be okay to go back to base and farm. He'll be back in lane for the next minute wave. Maybe just 1 or 2 to the tower.
In trouble. No, the Dust Breath was used. The poison's ticking. Doesn't look like it's going to quite be enough.
Early beads help to keep him alive for now. He's waiting for the regen to come out. Hopefully he can get it online. They may still look to try and dive him here, but backing away wisely is NQ. Zender's rotating around the side here as well, so they're probably just going to disengage from that one now. Yeah. Speed buff, blue buff, respawning, but on the left side, Rafa going quite deep to play some wards down the left. Not going to go for an invade or anything. Maybe looking for a pick in mid though.
Yeah, fortunately for Carino, he is currently well back under this tower. Rafa's making a pretty big rotation over here. What exactly are they looking for? He doesn't have any more wards right now. Just kind of strolling through the jungle, seeing the sights, seeing what's going on. And otherwise, I imagine he's going to start making his way back to the left side of the jungle. But his little journey may have just cost Yemen his attack speed buff.
Purple buff. Yeah, he may have done. Carino's trying to drop the red buff on his own. He's actually noticed this now. Carino's rotating in, and now it's Night's Watch who are caught out of position here. Stun, the bombs rain down. That's a dead Moex if you've ever seen one, because the chains land from Rafa. The second chain does not, which means the flop can happen from Elo Street, but he's going to have to walk back to his teams and done in the sky. I don't think he can turn this though, or can they?
He's up to No Escape. The Kraken comes up from the ground, while the giant shark in this case comes up from the ground and just eats him alive. Chains and all. Fortunately for Night's Watch, they didn't get pulled into that shark's mouth along with Ares. Dathling coming around from the side does answer one back, gets Wolf of Elo Street on the tail of that fight, but it went 1 for 2 overall. Panthera getting a small victory in that overall fight.
I mean, Night's Watch did manage to get the purple buff out of that one though, but at the same time, they lost 2 players for it. They lost their Hunter and Xbalanque over there. Did actually manage to pick himself up a kill in that engagement, so that's going to help him with the stacks there for the most part. Red buff's now going to be dropped down and given over to Carino as well. That was just unfortunate timing because Carino was missing from the mid lane. They would have noticed that one, that invade on the purple might not have been as aggressive as they so did. They stayed around as well a little bit longer than they needed to, trying to make sure they got the purple buff. If they would have retreated, they may have both lived.
Oh, some more wards in hand placed down by Rafford. A little bit defensive on that one. We'll see how they look to play this going forward. Rafford might be looking to use lockdown Moex with those shackles. If he finds it, that could be bad. Going to blink forward, not quite find any abilities coming in. The in-hand attack button, unfortunately, does not apply cripple. So
nope. He's still better than his Athena play already. That's all I'm going to say about Rafa. Still better than his Athena play last week. 3-3 Panthera versus the Night's Watch right now. Left hand side though, Serqet hunting around, and the chain's going to be found by Rafa onto Elo Street, who's burping into Ares' face, but now he's going to get burnt. And with the support of Emelito here, this could be a dead fat man.
He's going to get pulled straight back over that wall, adapting, waiting nearby Deathbane coming out immediately. Up in the air is Thanatos, but he's going to go just fly around a little bit and land back by his tower. This is looking like a gold for attempt by Panthera with the support of the enemy team down right now. No Hand of the Gods available to look for steal. It's all down to Raffer.
Well, definitely the buff over so used. Moek's going to have to use Fields of Love very soon. There it is, being dropped down already. The disengage of the God Fury, but Raffer's going to aggressive onto Moek's here. Got 2 chains down. Moek's going to try and do damage. Loki for the assassinate though. Big Kraken connects with quite a few targets. Agni's raining fire down as well. Amelito going to find 1 kill. Good healing coming out from NQ, but not enough to save the day. There's a last breath, but instantly bees to get back to the tower. And Panthera come out big in that engagement, finding 2 kills. 3 kills in favor of Amelito.
Yeah, that Kraken came out in the middle of that fight. It was a huge chunk of damage, but you cannot discount the bombs coming from Agni. Everyone was all grouped up in the middle of that one. They rained down from the skies and just caused pain everywhere. Wolfvilla Street, he's a very large fat man, but he's about to look like a very large fat dead man, unfortunately. They're going to once again try this Gold Fury. They're going to have to juggle this aggro beautifully, or yeah, perhaps wisely, just back off. Health bar is pretty much non-existent right now for most of Panthera.
It's not a bad decision to go back and leave the Gold Fury up there. They just killed the support again. He's not going to be back in time by the time they come back to base as well. They got a good gold lead and a good experience lead after that whole engagement. They picked up 3 kills, and Amelito is going to have some nice items online for himself to rotate back to this fight with full boots now online, working on the Bancroft's talent too. He's going to be in a great position for the next engagement. If they just do that again at the Fire Giant, jobs are good, and they're really putting the pressure onto Wolf of Elo Street, and that's what they need to do with this Ares, and they've abused it really well.
Yeah, he only has that steel mail right now. It's not a full-on defensive item quite yet.
He's got Aegis. He has Aegis on a Bacchus. He's had to because he's being focused and he's being picked. A lot of times he needs it to try and escape, the no escape for the time being. Not going to have anything else he can really do. Really tough position to be in as a Bacchus right now.
Yeah, it's one thing you look to do with supports early on before they really start getting items going, which supports in general, they don't get their items going very quickly. Early on, you can look to burst the supports before they start getting too tanky. You take them out. It's usually a Wrath of the Gods off the table, if not a lot of crowd control as well. On the right side, they're looking for this opportunity on the Ninja Demi. This Kiss will connect for the stun. He's in a spot trouble, going to use the Assassinate to run away. Ultimate spend.
Left hand side though, they're picking off Wolf of Elo Street one more time. Full combo onto him. He's getting bursted down. The Aegis has already been used. It's not going to buy him any time. He flops, but he doesn't even land very far from where he started. And now the Gold Fury is going to be started up again by Panthera, trying to abuse the situation they're in. Yamin coming round. Carino needs to watch himself. He might get aggressed on here as the team. Thanatos is up.
He's looking, he does find Yemen, interrupting that Rising Jaguar. Fields of Love drop down as well. The Kraken finds good damage. Moex gets a kill. Raffer not far behind him, but he's running for his life right now. Dropping 1 shackle. The Kiss is good. Lovebirds will connect for the kill. NQ finds that one. Adapting, answers back. They look to turn this around. Ninja Demi answers one back. The Heart Bomb, not quite going to be enough. It's still a 2v2 fight going on.
It's a 2v2 fight, but Mox is sat right at the back waiting for that decoy to go off before going in. Zinda does find the kill onto Demi. They're going to steal away the red buff here. Elo Street is online. Amelito needs to watch himself here. He's looking to go aggressive back in returns of damage, but instead he's going to eat a heart bomb to the face, followed by a silence. Whoop goes the heart, and pop goes Amelito's life. And now, nice watch can go on the go through. This is a backwards and forwards game.
And right now, there's nobody who can stop this. Adapting is on his way over. He has the Hand of the Gods. He could potentially get there in time, but even the Serqet with all the mobility, he is just too far away. Now it's all down to Ken Zinder and run away in time. And Serqet's looking to close the gap, looking for the kill. Going to get in range with that Cobra's Kiss to pull Zinder back around. A kill for Gold Fury. It's a little bit of a consolation prize, but the big first place trophy did go to Night's Watch picking up that Gold Fury. I do like, however, all the sentry wards that were placed down on the left side of the jungle. The 1 red sentry ward did sweep out a Panthera blue ward, and there's still 3 other wards placed down over there. They want to make sure they have that vision control, and they want to force these fights. Unfortunately, it just didn't go too well for Panthera there.
This game is surprisingly going to be hype between these two teams right now. This is balanced on a knife edge with how the game's gone so far. Both teams in a pretty good position, in fairness. No one's really got an overall lead. I mean, the only real thing you can talk about is Bacchus has had a rough game, but we know that already. That's where 5 of the kills. If you take away those 5 deaths by Bacchus, the kills are even. So it's all about Bacchus really trying to survive and not get picked as much. I would have liked to have seen him gone for Vanguard instead of trying to rush the Sovereignty. The Sovereignty is helping him out quite a bit, though, to survive with the extra health and physical protection he's getting. But Ares deals magical damage as well, and he's getting hit by a lot of bombs on top of that. He might have looked better for the Vanguard as a second item and get his boots online a little bit sooner. But he survived for the most part now. The Gold Fury's down. He doesn't have to worry about that for the time being. His team have that in their lead, and they've got a small lead because of it. But right inside, NQ's going to find a kill 2v1.
He's been doing good, warding out, adapting, coming back in, trying to answer, kill back out, dropping that last breath on his end, will force him back off that, and he will save his life by doing so. Right side of the jungle, fight still going on, some shackles getting laid down by Raffer. No escape about to come up as well. Wolf Field Street not going to have that Aegis. Bombs coming down from Agni. Will they have the damage? Belly flop, able to be used, the shackles falling off. He will be able to escape, so just one kill going over to the side of Panthera on the back of that rotation. NQ was doing pretty well with keeping that side of the jungle warded up to not be caught out, but you know, he kind of didn't have a ward to replace that one that was taken down by that sentry.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with Serqet as well. But the blue buff's being invaded, the mid camp's being started off as well. Blue buff is going to drop down Zindan. Takes quite a bit of poke damage from that Loki. They're looking to return it, not going to find a scythe though. So now he's looking for Loki to go re-aggressive again. He's going to find a kill on Zindan. And that's what happens when you miss your scythe. You can go re-aggressive, and Dimmy finds the kill onto him with a good use of the decoy.
And we're talking about the Mark of the Vanguard as well in Bacchus. Every single person on Panthera has some sort of ability that does multiple ticks of damage over the course of the use of it. Mark of the Vanguard would have been the absolute perfect item for this composition. Is it Ares?
I mean, even starting Watch's gift is fine on him, but what he should have done after the first death is look to invest into going for Vanguard, in my opinion. It might have helped him out more. Carino getting caught in the jungle here. Bombs coming down from Melito. Great Kraken, though, but dodged out for the Path of Flames from Melito. Dimmy's going to find that kill on Carino. The Doves do some dice damage to Panthera, but not enough to write home about because he's only gone for cooldown reduction build so far, so the Dove's not going to do that much just yet.
Yeah, the Breastplate of Valor is going to help a lot going forward, just being able to avoid some of that burst coming out from Loki. It's also going to help her just staying alive is a big part of playing Aphrodite. It's a heal over time ability. The more you're healing your allies, the more they're staying alive in fights. But at the same time, if you're picked off in the middle of a fight, the fact that you have a heal over time that's slowly healing your health up doesn't matter if you're burst down quickly like Loki's oh so much love to do. So that'll be probably one of the better itemization choices that NQ could have gone with given the situation he's up against with his enemy team. But Loki's doing quite well right now, 4-2 and 3, has that Heartseeker fully stacked up. Later on, he can do all sorts of crazy shenanigans with that split push. And otherwise, that small little gold lead that Night's Watch had established for themselves has since kind of fallen back to the side of Panthera. Blink, no escape.
Oh, blink in from the Rafa. There's the no escape landing. Bombs raining down onto Carino. He's in a lot of trouble. Adapting's here too. There's a last breath that's going to get used. Amelito going to secure that kill. They won't find more than that, though, I don't think. There's no more follow-up, but they will get left-hand harpies for that. Right one's going to go to Dimmy as well. Bacchus goes in with the belly flop. Not going to find anything apart from a little bit of gas to the face. And the boys of Night's Watch are not going to find anything in the jungle now as it's all been taken away.
Indeed. They're looking around, so maybe trying to hope for a pick. Loki, Ninja Dimmy might have been considering NQ, but he's going to join up with his team in the mid lane. That tower is looking quite ripe for the taking right now. They just need to look group up. They're still looking for picks. They find NQ, the last breath coming in, the Deathbane, all the abilities coming out. Healing's going to be offline for a second, but looking turns one back around. Heart Bomb is connected, adapting, and maybe to survive that engagement overall, however.
But the tier 1 tower in mid lane is falling sooner rather than later. Left-hand side, there's a full minion wave in there too, as Moex has had to swing round to support that mid lane engagement. Go Fury up though in 25 seconds. And it looks like the boys of Night's Watch are going to try and swing round this sort of direction here, see if they can find Xbalanque, but nowhere to be seen as Yamin. He's already gone back. Loki's going to be fine in the mid lane to soak up some experience here. Oh, he might get caught a little bit. Oh my goodness.
The burst.
Well done.
That Heartseeker, it cannot be underestimated. Zindern, 1v3. Ninja Dimmy sneaks in a kill and escapes with his health bar very much fully intact. 2/3 of his health against 3 people, and he got a kill on a guy who was pretty much 3/4 of his health before Ninja Dimmy ripped them apart. That's scary.
Well, Amelito got the red buff online for himself now, and they're rotating around for the goal 3, knowing that the jungler is currently down. NQ just showed himself in the right-hand lane, so they know he's not here either. There's not a whole lot the boys of the Night's Watch can do here. Moex is going to try and swing around from the back. Maybe he can make something happen. The Gold Fury's at half health right now. Fatman Bacchus is on his way as quick as he can, but will he be there in time? I don't think he will. The fight's going to go now.
Yeah, Bullfield getting zoned out completely by Ninja Dimmy. Ninja might actually find the kill here. He doesn't even have the assassinate. He did not even need it. NQ arrived just in the nick of time to keep Wolffield alive, but when you have the Soul Laner just completely bodying the support away from a fight like that, it's going to be rough. Loki is the perfect god for this as well. Using that Vanish, he can skirt around the outskirts of the fight as much as he pleases. It's very hard to stop him from doing it. And as soon as he sees that opportunity, boom, assassinate on somebody and just outright kill them. We saw just a couple moments ago. He is definitely able to do it. But with that gold Fury pickup, Panthera propelled themselves a little bit further in the lead, sitting around 4,500 gold up.
Dimmy's playing very well so far at the moment. Level 17, he's looking for an invade on the blue. He's quite happy to fight either of these two right now, as they're both level 14. If he can get good pick potential, he can try and force off an ultimate. He's in a very good spot. Look at him, he's not scared. He's not scared to bait and try and fight, and he might get rotations in from his team soon as well.
Yeah, he might have been caught out this time around, but he's going to use that Assassinate as a get out of jail free card. Zindern is up in the air. If this hits, this will likely be a dead Ninja Demi. He's hovering around, but Reinforcements nearby. He's not going to go for the big chase. Just going to, hold himself back. The greed, forgoing the greed. I would have gone for it because it's all the target. I must hit the target and get that kill.
You couldn't see him though. He was invisibles. Invisibles.
Vision.
Can't hit something that's invisibles. That's impossible. Quick pause coming out from NQ. Not sure what the pause is about, however, so we'll find out soon about why the pause has happened. Maybe someone's DC'd. Maybe NQ and Zindern are shouting at each other about why you ulted then, you silly fool. Why didn't you dunk in, you silly fool? Or just about how the game's going. The pause is over with very, very quickly. Good to see. Back to the action straight away. Mid Harpies are available soon. And in mid lane, though, Adams is going to go in. Was looking for the pick on Carino, but instead just going to poke down the tower. Then turn his attention to Carino, who's now got Whirlpool. That's a dead Carino.
Not looking for the pick. Hindu, what are you talking about? That was clearly up. He picked the tower, and then he picked the other guy, too.
A little bit of sick came up in my mouth then. That was disgusting. Right side, though, aggression coming out once again as they force Rafa back. They're trying to pressure the tier 1, but in doing so, they're losing the mid tower that already left. Left on Harpies have gone down to Panthera. Right on Harpies are going to go to Emilito. And they're trying to pin back Dimmy on this right-hand side, though. But still only level 40 versus level 17. They're still looking for Dimmy now.
Yeah, they're hanging around a lot. Zinder's been over here for a while, thank you. They're trying to find this little bit of poke. They're trying to find this pick on the Ninja Demi, but it is leaving the rest of the team to kind of clear up whatever they want on the map. The buffs on the side of Night's Watch are pretty much down for now. How are they going to look for this possible invade? Ninja Demi, we saw before, was more than happy to hang around the enemy side of the jungle, but with minions approaching, he's just going to kind of farm up here for a little while and keep things even, although he might... No, not quite yet. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for a little bit of aggression on NQ there. Because why not? But she would have just healed straight back up.
So, at 19 minutes in, Goal Fury down for another 2.5 minutes. The experience lead 9,000 to Panthera, goal lead of 5,000. There's not much in the jungle to really do here. Panthera's already taken down 2 of the outer towers here. They're looking for picks more than anything else if they can find them. But at the moment, Night's Watch is trying to play this one very defensively. Still decent ward coverage. This sentry ward down on the left-hand side of the Goal Furies, the Goal Fury and the mid Harpies is causing them a lot of issue, and that's why they're looking for the most pick potential. That's why you can see Rafa kind of pouncing around there. But what's Adaption up to?
He's looking for a nice tasty look. Cupid, Rising Jaguar at Yemen might have kind of signaled that coming in, but adapting might look for anywhere with a big rotation coming from Panthera. Going to roll, looking for Mox. The Flutter is on cooldown. The Taunt connects as well as all the abilities. Last Breath Poison ticking. That will be a kill. Rafa meanwhile zoning out 2 members in Night's Watch. This could be a tower here for Panthera as well, as they might look to push that, but Night's Watch are trying to respond.
Has been popped by Zin. He's going to dunk down onto Rafa looking for the damage. Doesn't find that much. It is a tanky Ares there. And Emilito is trying to funnel them into this little gap here and force a fight. They're not going to find anything. But guess what's happening in the right-hand lane while this is going on, Zayden?
Loki is doing what Loki does. He is attempting to split push to the right lane. And with NQ kind of a little bit far away, the tower may not quite fold this particular wave of minions. But it's going... Actually, will it? It may. Wait for it, wait for it.
No escape on the left-hand side. He's going to get used by Rafa. Not going to find anything, though, but does force out some beads on this left-hand lane. The new minion wave coming in. Adapting is back in the scene once again. Going to be looking to engage. It's going to be a 4v3 on the left-hand side, and it looks like the aggression is going too far.
Emilito in a spot drop on the back. Wolfie is trying to get the kill. The damage coming out, though. Yemen gets a kill, but Carino picks him back up as well as Emilito. 1 for 2 so far. Panthera losing this fight. They didn't get the tower. Carino finds the triple.
Not a good fight.
Yeah, they were...
Not a good fight. Respect Krakens. Respect Krakens. If you don't respect the Kraken, he's going to eat you. And that's exactly what happened to Carino. Manages to keep himself in this one for the time being. But going back to the solo lane, you saw the Tier 2 tower go down in favour of Loki. And that's the issue with an Aphrodite versus Loki matchup, is the fact that Aphrodite is all about team fights. Linking with people, causing massive amounts of damage. Generally with that Thanatos is what they're going to be looking for. Linking with the Thanatos or the Bacchus, go aggressive. What's going on left side? Mox.
Full combo coming out from Serqet. Fields of Love drop down, going to avoid some of the mobility, but unfortunately, Adapting does have the beads, able to leap straight back out. The Heart Bomb connected. If that had been a stun, it was one of those things, is the Heart Bomb going to be a stun? I don't know. I'm going to use the ambush defensively and just run away instead. If Adapting had realized that was not going to stun him, he definitely could have ambushed directly on top of Mox and looked for that kill and secured it there potentially. But, we're talking about that Loki in the solo lane a little bit. There's really nobody who can stop him 1v1 right now.
It's the issue is Loki's all about split push and trying to catch people out of position and force people out of fights and then rotate into them himself. NQ is Aphrodite. She wants to be in the fights, but she has to go back to defend against this split push from Loki. And in doing so, it means that her team don't have her there for the fights that they really want her there for. Now they got through his respawn though, and you could already see Panthera in a pretty good position around this with good wall coverage for the time being. Night's Watch trying to get themselves in a position to try and defend, make sure it's cleared out, and now you can see them walking in. Only a sentry ward available for NQ. He's going to drop that one down. Going to eat a bomb for the pleasure, though, and lose the sentry ward war. No, he didn't lose the sentry ward. I lied. They got the sentry ward down, which was very important for them. But then trades back when Rafa throws his own down. Loki on the backside, though, being scummy as usual.
Yeah, he pick up some right harpies. He can essentially, like we said, force Aphrodite out of the team fight. That's the big combo they're looking for. That holds the Thanatos Aphrodite combo. Let Thanatos stay alive in the fight. Just kind of go into the thick of things. Stay alive as long as possible. Just swing that scythe around. Rather than the more typical, I'm going to throw one death scythe, swipe it across some people, silence some people, and then I'm going to kind of do nothing until the cooldowns come back up. Linked up with Aphrodite not only means more damage once she stuns somebody, but healing and potentially an Aegis/Beads effect coming out from Aphrodite's ultimate. So Zindern can potentially be doing an absolute ton of work in these fights while linked up to Aphrodite. The problem is we haven't really seen a team fight, like you said, where Aphrodite has actually been present when a team fight has occurred.
To try to be, it's just been a rough task of asking. I mean, that Gold Fury is a prime example there of what Panthera is doing right. They're trying to split and pull them around. Carino just took a full bomb to the face from Melito. He's going to have to base now off that one. The jungle has been cleared by Night's Watch, but Dimmy in very, very deep here. Not scared to fight. Watch him trade with NQ here potentially. Nope, just going to decoy minions and go back to farming.
Yeah, no reason to look for a fight. I mean, the Gold Fury is down right now. That did go over to Panthera. Right now, there's really not much objective-wise for these guys to look to actually go for it. Ninja Dimmy delaying his back, not wanting to get belly flopped on the head by Wolf of Velo Street. Zindern did just see him in the jungle. If they can collapse in on him, Vanish is down for 6 more seconds. They're not really going to chase this one assassin. If we're still available, he could teleport away using that. But Adapting found himself a tasty little Carino in the jungle. Going to force these guys back as Adapting might have been trying to share the love there with Raffer, but Raffer was having none of it.
Yeah, Dimmy's still around in the jungle though, surrounded by 3-4 members. He might have to get himself caught with an assassinate over the wall for defensive usage. Meanwhile though, left-hand tier 1 tower is going to fall to those minions any second, and if not, Yamin will make sure that happens with one auto. And it's kind of all stale for the time being. The war coverage being cleared out by the Fire Giant, by the Night's Watch. They realise they've got themselves in a bit of a sticky predicament right now. Things were looking good for them for the most part, but they're actually going to try and rush this one down.
They're not going to find Adapting got there in time. The sneak attempt wasn't good, but this could force a bit of a grouping here by this Fire Giant here for the next couple moments. If they leave immediately, Night's Watch may just turn back around, but or that one more Sentry Ward drop down. It is going to be vision for Night's Watch, but Panthera have been on top of the warding. Everybody is picking up Sentry Wards. Everyone is picking up regular wards. They're playing this right as far as visions are concerned, and wards placed. Where is it?
Oh, and Melito's bomb again was big. There's a blinking from Rafa. He's going to find a no escape only onto 2 targets, NQ and Zindern. That is the undying love has been used. Ninja Dimmy, though, has to use Assassinate again to get us away. Intoxicate was burned, but not going to find the kill. A lot of ultimates wasted on both sides. Actually, not that many ultimates wasted. Assassinate and no escape in trade of Zindern's Undying Love and Wolf of Velos use Intoxicate. So 2 for 2, still 3 ultimates available for each side. Yes, we're going to class Agni's ultimate.
That was a big
Adapting! Oh my god, that death bait! The bombs are raining down. The poison is spreading. And there's Wolf of Velo Street trying to do what he can. But what can he do?
That's the triple. That's the quadra kill coming out right there. Only Moex left standing. Who got that quadra away from this? Could be the quadra coming out. Rapper takes that one last one. That last breath poisoning, the Cobra's Kiss into the Death Spain was massive coming out from Adapting. But the icing on the cake was the last breath poison. It spread across the entire team right now. That's 684 true damage across all 5 members.
That was a 4v5. It was a 4v5 and Adapting made that play happen with the backup of Melito more than anything else. Meanwhile, while that all happened, Dimmy did assassinate over the wall when he got engaged on. I went straight to the solo lane and took down a Phoenix, so jobs are good in there. They get the right push on for a little while. Adapting's going to push on mid lane. The rest of the team going to base, buy up some items, abuse their gold lead that they've got now and that Fire Giant to their advantage. That was a really big play. Adapting finds that triple kill, not the quadra though, as it was stolen.
You know, thinking back to last week a little bit, Ninja Dimmy was playing a lot of tier. He was very tanky. He was pretty much unkillable, and he was constantly in the thick of things, just drawing everybody's attention non-stop. He's on Loki. He has no defensive items. And he's in the thick of things constantly, drawing everybody's attention. and not dying while doing it. Yeah. Yeah, he has the assassinate to escape.
He's played Loki.
That's
what Loki does.
Yeah, we're not going to bother trying to kill you because the second we do damage to you, you're just going to use your beads and then pop the assassin and get away anyway. But meanwhile, that buys his team time to collapse in, get in a position, and look to make a play. That time, it didn't quite work out that way, but he did again. He was in that little mid-harpy pit on the right-hand side. He went over the wall. The rest of his team stuck around. And because the entire enemy team was there dealing with the rest of his team, he got a Phoenix while his team was doing a Fire Giant. That... It works beautifully, and we just saw that executed very well. A big part was that team fight set up by Rafa and adapting, but Ninja Dimmy is definitely a guy you have to look to keep in check, or if you let him run away, you see things like that happen.
Now, this is an issue that the boys of Panthera might have now, is trying to siege the Phoenix. It's going to come down to Emilito's bombs more than anything else to set up his team. His dive potential really is only Rafa. You're not going to want to see Loki go all the way in. You're not going to want to see Adapting go all the way in under a Phoenix here. So what they're going to try and do is try the split push option, wait for someone to swing left to clear fire minions off, and then try and siege a tower. Look for a pick if they can, if somebody just caught out ever so slightly out of position. That's why you can see the 3v2v2 set up at the moment, and Carino's actually going to have to keep dropping the whipples on the left. But the new wave coming in mid, we might see an engagement from Rafa.
No escape on 4, not going to find anything. Undying Love, not used. That was pretty much beads and Magi's. There's beads across the board, actually. No Magi's online. They're looking to rain down some damage, but you know, any ensuing crowd control coming down. The only person who can actually do anything about it right now is going to be Zinder and NQ, which could buy them a little bit, but you know, a good stun bomb combo setup. Adapting has the taunt, the shackles coming down from Ares. There's a lot of stuff right now Night's Watch need to worry about, and they're slowly but surely starting to whittle down that right side Phoenix, because every 30 seconds somebody has to head left lane and clear minions.
Adapting just swung around the back of this engagement though, and they're all grouped up in the mid lane for the fight. NQ's in a lot of trouble, has to use the Undying Love early. Kraken has come out, Adapting takes out NQ, Yamin takes out Moex, Ninja Dimmy takes out Zinder, and Yamin fights Carino, and Yamin gets a triple onto Wolf of Elo Street. The Phoenix falls, and Panthera are going to move to the finals again.
One thing I want to see in this fight, I'm actually going to rewind real quick, was that yet another last breath poison across the entire enemy team?
Quite possibly.
Don't typically rewind, but
it was all to do, honestly, with Emilito's bombs here. Watch the bombs. The bombs are important. The stun on the right hand side. Then the group up, and there's the last breath being ticked. Yes, it does spread through everybody. Oh no, Bacchus spreads it? No, he doesn't spread it. Bacchus keeps it to himself. Triple kill for Yamin. Surrender vote starts. Titan falls. Panthera move on to the finals for the billionth week winning. No, it's the fourth week. Fifth week winning. Fourth week, boys. Fourth week. But who are they against? That's the question. Who are they against? We don't know.
Is that game actually over? It's not.
Still going on. Elo Fishers versus Aces Club. Elo Fishers with a surprise upset, honestly, over Spicy Waffles, who had some roster changes this week. Found themselves in the semis up against Aces Club, who, to be honest, they had a very close game a couple of weeks back that saw Aces Club go on to win that week and set themselves up to be in a decent position. But Elo Fishers with a chance of revenge this week. We'll find out what happens there, guys, and bring you the final of Panthera up against their opponent shortly, once we know what's going on in that one.